Well, good morning, and it is time once again to look at issues facing our local business community.
Joining us this morning, Scott Muhlrath from the Henderson Chamber of Commerce, the president of the Henderson Chamber of Commerce. Good to see you, sir.
Hi,
Good morning.
Scott.
Good morning.
All right, let's talk about the big news. Last week, the Golden Knights announced they've purchased a minor league hockey team. They want to put it in Henderson. How is that going to help development, and what details about the project can you tell us right now?
Well, the city and the Knights have been working very hard on this arrangement for quite some time. What we can say is that we know the sheet that's down on Water Street that's being constructed right now is going to be their practice facility, and so we'll get to see really having Knights players move up and down Water Street as part of that development.
You know, we talk about, first of all, the work that's going on where the convention center used to be. How important is it for just downtown development on Water Street to have that sort of anchor to motivate other businesses to move in?
Well, it's critical because what it does is it just brings more traffic, and with the traffic comes success for the small business community, for the restaurants, the bars, everyone that's coming down to watch the team practice, be at the ice sheet. We'll have other services that can be built in around it.
So, Scott, something else that's really exciting is the Raiders headquarters and practice facility, just a few months away now from opening. So, do you have an update on construction on that facility?
Well, we had the privilege of being the first community group to tour the inside of the facility just about 2 weeks ago. Our board of directors went through, and it was very exciting to kind of move through the inside and kind of imagine it coming to be completed this summer. So they haven't announced a formal completion date yet, but as that continues to take shape, it'll continue to be a driver for the West Henderson area, definitely.
Between that and wherever this new hockey arena goes, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on around Henderson for sports. There's also an upcoming event for the Chamber right now. One event is the Henderson Development Association Mixer with Haas Automation, also moving into Henderson.
Right, so our Development Association is our sort of the economic development arm of the Henderson Chamber. And so we're featuring Haas Automation, some of their executives, as well as Mayor March, to talk about the recruitment of the company, and then also to hear their story, which is a very compelling story as a company for their employment, what they manufacture, which would be is a lot of tools, but that's hardly that's just the tip of the iceberg. Many thousands of jobs coming over a 10-year window. So we're going to introduce them to the community through this event on March 18th.
How does the Chamber help the city market itself towards a big company like Haas, which is a very big company, as we've known, to get them to come to Henderson? How does that sale happen, I guess?
Well, I think what a company likes to see is that a public agency and the private sector working together. So we're each able to provide unique perspectives about what the community is all about, from both a business sense as well as what it's like to live in Henderson and Southern Nevada. So it provides a very rounded approach for a company relocating here when the city and the chamber work together.
So, Scott, going back really quickly to all the sports development, from the Chamber's standpoint, what do you expect to see in both of those areas in terms of new businesses opening up? I assume there's going to be a lot of new bars, maybe infill of housing. What do you expect to see? So
the housing will certainly follow these sports developments. But in West Henderson in particular, I mean, you do end up with sort of a conflict at times with high density housing as to all the different distribution and different types of uses that are going there. So those things have to be worked out through careful planning. But housing is a must, and affordable housing as well is something that's being looked at. So.
All right. Last year, the annual I Can Be event is designed to bring both education and business together. So what all goes into that?
So yes, and often, when we look at our chamber, we want to be very community focused, and the I Can Be is professional development exposure to the kids, freshman high schools, Foothill, Green Valley. We're also working with some of the charter schools, and we basically organize about 45 different volunteers that are professionals in their industries, and we put them into groups, and they talk to the different kids about career pathways that they wouldn't maybe be aware of otherwise. And so while we need gaming to be a big part of our economy, there's a lot that's going on in Henderson and Southern Nevada that we want to create exposure for the kids to learn about. And what better way than talking to professionals in the industries?
Well, what great exposure for them to be exposed to someone like that, maybe something they've never thought of before at an age where it's not, you're still kind of getting an idea. So that's a great
Before
program.
they're set in their ways.
Yes, yeah.
All right, well, Scott, thank you again for joining us this morning for In Your Business.
Thanks, Scott. Nice to see you.